All right. Problem number 3. Let's read this word problem. And in this case, just as I glance over this word problem, I don't see an equation. So this is a problem where they did not give me the equation like they did in the first 2 problems. We are going to have to put the numbers in px plus q equals r ourselves to make and then solve the equation. So I am going to write that down first. Px plus q equals r. And then hopefully we can find our variable. We can find our coefficient. We can find our constant. And we can find our total in this problem. All right. Every day of the week, Jordan earns $4 per hour. Oh, I'm so grateful that they said the word per. That signals to me $4 per hour. And I'm going to put an X for now, but they might tell me a different variable later. $4 per hour. For delivering newspapers. She also earns a weekly bonus. Ooh, that's an extra amount of $10. So that's an extra $10 if she arrives on time to work each day. Well, last week, Jordan arrived on time to work every day, so she got her $10 bonus, and she earned a total, wow, they're really being helpful right now, total of $96 for H hours of work. And this is what I was talking about earlier, H hours. I'm going to replace X with H. All right. So let's go through and talk about what each of these numbers are and how I knew where to put them, because this is based on the situation, which statement is true, and it's asking Jordan worked a total of blank hours. So we are trying to figure out H is the number of hours, right? That's what they said here, H hours. H is the number of hours. We're going to try to find H, and we know that we received $4 for every H. I almost want to put like money signs there, $4 per every hour plus an extra $10 for, that is not the same purple. That's really going to bug me. Plus $10 for showing up on time for a total of, that's not right either, for a total of $96. All right, so this is our total. 96 is our total. $10 is our extra amount, and $4 is our amount per H. And using this equation, we can now go through and solve it, just like we would any other 2-step equation. Put a line straight through the equal sign. Let's get rid of the extra amount, our constant, by subtracting that from both sides. So we're getting $4 per hour and $96 total minus the $10 bonus we got is $86. And then we are going to, if it's $4 per hour, we're going to divide by 4, and we'll be left with, we can do that to both sides. We'll be left with the number of hours we worked. 86 divided by 4 is, so 4 goes into 40 10 times, goes into 40 again 10 times, and then that gets me to 80. Another 4, so another 4 gets me to 84, and then the next number would be 88, so 86 is halfway between 84 and 88. So 10, 21, and then halfway would be 21.5. That was just a little, I don't have a calculator out with me right now. So, but you would just go on your calculator, 86 divided by 4. I'm sure you will get 21.5. Okay, let me erase that. 21.5, and H is hours, so this is 21.5 hours, all right? That obviously tells me that the answer is D. Let me explain to you a couple of these distractors, okay? Because these aren't just random numbers, 4, 9 1/4, and 10 that they picked. Some of them are very strategically put, okay? Oh, sorry guys, this coronavirus got me tired. Not that I have it, I do not have it, just saying. Being off my routine, I'm a little tired. Anyway, all right, Jordan worked a total of 4 hours. Why do you guys think that they would put 4 hours as a total? Well, $4 per hour. If a kid were to be looking quickly and not really strategically thinking about what these numbers mean, they might just see $4 per hour and pick A because they see 4 next to the word hour. All right, so that's a distractor if you're not thinking deeply into this. Also, C is a big distractor. Jordan worked a total of 10 hours. Again, if you just see the number 10 right here and think, oh, something, it has something to do with 10. I call this picking and choosing when kids, they see word problems and they are uncomfortable. So they just grab a number and pick it and that's it. All right. So don't pick that either. I'm not sure where they got 9 1/4. It could be maybe if you flipped. I almost want to try this real quick. I want to try, what if a kid put 10 here and 4 here? Like they confused those numbers and they solved that equation. I wonder if they would get 9 1/4. So -4, -4, 10x equals 92. Yep. And whenever you divide by 10, you're just moving the decimal place. So that's 9.2, which is very close to 9.25, which is 9 1/4. So yeah, if you were to accidentally flip the 10 and the 4, thinking the 10 was happening every hour and the 4 was a one-time fee, you would probably select B, but we wouldn't do that. So yeah, that's where I got D, and that's an explanation for why A, B, and C are not correct. All right, the last two problems says use the information given to answer question 16 and 17. All right, so this is a two-part. Part A, it says a plumber charges his customer 25.7 per hour H plus a 54.50 service fee. That right there. And then it says on Tuesday he earns $118.75. They've given this to me in, like, as a teacher looking back, like the most simple way. If you know that your equation is going to be px plus q equals r, like they literally gave you all that. They said 25.70 per hour. All right, so per hour, that tells me that's times h. They even said the word plus a $54.50 service fee. That's an additional fee. That word fee you often see with the constant. And then they said he earned a total of $118.75. I can't think of a more generous word problem here. If you know px plus q equals r. If you don't know that, then you would have no clue what to do other than hopefully be able to use common sense to work through the problem. But like, yeah, you should have px plus q equals r kind of memorized. Or not memorized, I don't want to say memorized, but like understood at a good level. All right. So let's take away that service fee because they're asking us, how long does it take the plumber to fix Mrs. Goodwill's sink? How long? How many hours? We're going to try to find H hours. All right, so let's get rid of the service fee, which means in terms of her hourly $25.70 per hour rate, she made $118.75 minus $54.50. $64.25. All right. And then I divide by 2570, divide by 2570. At this point, I need a calculator. Find my phone. And I'm just typing into my phone 64.25 divided by 25.70. Oh, lovely. I get 2.5. All right. Now, a lot of students I see want to then select D as their answer, 2 hours and 50 minutes. But we know that there are not 100 minutes in an hour. So 0.5 meaning half, right? 2.5 hours would actually be 2 hours and 30 minutes. So don't let that trip you up and forget how many minutes are in an hour. It's not 100. It is 60. Cool. All right. And let's go through the last one, part B. Mrs. Goodwill also hires an electrician to repair several damaged outlets in her home. The electrician charges $35.22 for each individual outlet repair. Is she charging per hour? Is the electrician charging per hour? No. per outlet repair. And if you're like, what's an outlet? You know, like the wall socket that you plug your phone into, all right? Every time they fix one of those, they're charging you $35.22. Doesn't matter how long it takes them, it's per outlet. Plus an extra $62 service fee. Okay, and again, that word fee pops up. That's an extra amount that you have to pay the electrician just for him showing up to do work on your house. Okay, so let's try to make an equation. If the electrician charges Ms. Goodwill a total of $167.66, which equation shows how to determine the number of individual outlet repairs correctly? All right, so let's start with the variable R right here. I always like to start with my variable. R is the number of outlets that the electrician needs to fix. How much was each outlet? $35.22. So I'm going to put that right in front of the R. That's my coefficient times each outlet R plus a $62 service fee equals a total of $167.66. Now, if you have this PX plus Q equals R in your head, okay, you're gonna be able to kind of use these or create these equations a lot quicker. And this answer right here is D. Yeah. The problem with C is that the R should be, it doesn't say $62 per outlet. It's $35.22 per outlet. All right. The problem with B is that they are subtracting $62, but it's not like they're saying, oh, we're gonna discount you $62 for us coming over. No. You have to pay an extra $62 fee. All right. And then there's so many things wrong with A. They're subtracting and they have the variable in the wrong place. So for all those reasons, D is the correct answer. I'm hoping, guys, that this was helpful in maybe solving some of these two-step word problems in 7th grade. Now, I can't promise you, this is what's tough with word problems, guys. I can't promise you every word problem is going to be like this, okay? You've really got to practice with so many different types of word problems that you can kind of slow down, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what is going on here, all right? Identify your variable, and then try to translate the words into math, and then go from there to solve, all right? But you've got to start getting comfortable with these word problems. What's the point of being able to solve an equation if when it comes to the real world, you can't use the math to solve any real world problems, all right? I think that's pretty good for today. This is probably going to be a super long video. I apologize for that. But as always, guys, stay cool.